Right, here's some clips of the Escort that I've done some work on. I'm not quite YouTube savvy on everything yet. A lot of the videos were made for little bits of TikTok and stuff like that, but as time's gone on, I'm now going to start making longer videos where I'm going to have the camera on and I'm going to record videos basically of me doing work on the Escort as best as I can. Sometimes when it's welding, it's a little bit easier for me to just do clips and add them in because I don't want to mess the camera up when I'm welding and I'm doing quite extensive work where I can't get in and get myself in to record everything and keep up on the camera battery and the memory card space, etc. But I will try and record as much as I can and get as much footage as I can for you guys. But main idea is just get it welded, and get the worst part of the job out of the way. Once that's done, we can then sort out the paint work and the engine bay, bushers, seals, and start getting it ready, maintained, ready for the road. I say get the engine rebuilt. Well, the engine actually has been rebuilt before it was parked up. We don't know the intensity of how good it is now and that, but that'll be something we'll be looking into over time. So yeah, we'll get on with all that in future episodes, so stay tuned for all of those. What else have we got going on? Oh, I've bought some microphones now so you can all hear me clearly, so if I'm away from the camera you can hear everything that's going on. So fingers crossed everything works as it should. Like I say, I am new to all this, so there's going to be hiccups. There may be bits of footage which don't come out the way I want them to, but over time hopefully things progress and that will be easier for me to do. So, and like I say, also the editing side of things, I'm not quite savvy on that. It's been a long while since I edited some videos. I think it's like 5-6 years ago now, and they weren't anything like I'm doing today. So fingers crossed we'll get that. Yeah. Work has commenced on the Escort. Floor pans are now being cut out. Now just taking some spot welds out, ready to put this floor pan in. But we're just drilling this off of the chassis rail, so hopefully we should be able to get that slotted in and get it cut correctly to where we want it and get the metal cleaned up. Well, we've got the centre seat rail now out as best as we could, and we've also cut all down to the chassis rail, which looks in pretty good shape, so we're pretty happy with that. Now just trim the floor and get the floor pans to sit in nice. We're going to have to do some repairs under here because it's rotten. I don't think the floor pans cover that section, so let's say we've got that one that goes in there somewhere. So we've got a bit more cutting to get it roughly where we want it. And then if I move some bits out of the way, here is the centre braces. We're going to have to do some repairs on and clean it up, which it'll be fine. Just a little bit twisted where we had to try and get it out. So obviously that goes in there. So this is the other pan that will go this side. Obviously you're going to have to shimmy it about a bit and get it right. But it's, that's the idea of it. So that seat rail goes in there. I don't know whether it's going to be a good idea to put that over the top or to do it the opposite way, but definitely had a lot more strength if we kept these pieces in, or we just weld it all in, make a section go up in here. We will sort it one way or another. So yeah, we're cutting out the floors. We've opted to go for the longer floor pan, which will go front to back and come straight up to here. Obviously replace all the inner sills, and that just leaves me to do a patch in this corner up here, which will make life a lot easier. Obviously the other side I've got to do a couple of patches in this section as well. Obviously clean all this up, probably treat all this while it's all out and exposed. Still not decided on what we're going to do with the firewall yet, but we'll get some floor pans in and then we can work around that, which to make life easier. Chassis rails look pretty damn good. I know it's rotten back here. I think it's down there. But we'll address that as we get to it. Alright, so here's quite a few clips of me cutting all the floor sections out of the Escort. Obviously it's quite a lengthy process and it takes hours to do, so rather than bore you with all that, I have shortened all the clips down as best as I can. What you'll see is I'll be marking certain bits up to obviously mark where I need to drill or cut, etc., or seatbelt melting and all that. So here what I'm doing is now I'm currently drilling through all the spot welds, cutting each section of the metal out, and that way I can then remove all the steel, ready to put the new floors in, and obviously assess if there's any more rot anywhere else in the chassis rails, the sills, etc. Got a jacking point here, and well, it's not actually attached at the top for some reason. Where it connects here, that's where it is. But because it's so rusty, it's hard to see what the spot welds are on this section. So might have to cut around it and then trim it afterwards, just to make my life a little bit easier. I think I'm now going to cut this section out. There we go. I'll do it in sections, it just makes it a little bit easier to prise off the spot welds and that. But this is the jacking point I was on about. It's going to need a little bit of reinforcing underneath, probably where it's been jacked up before. Probably wants that stitching back onto there, give it a bit of rigidity. Some of this, some of that going in the eyes. We have got a seatbelt mounting point in here, so I best mark up where that's going to go. That's going to be a bit of an issue putting it into the new floor pan, so yeah, I'm going to have to mark a measure. So centre line of that lines up just here. Just going to mark it. Ready belt bolt. And then that goes about there. The edge of that goes about there. And I'm just going to measure downwards so I know roughly where it went. From here, along there, so I'm touching that 5 inches. Centre. It's raining. We've got pigeons in the bloody workshop, booing away. This is like Swiss cheese down here. Not good. So, right. Put up some more holes as to where I'm going to be spot weld drilling again. So, definitely one there. I'm going to have to cut it about here. Cut that out. Be welded back in the centre, drill all these spot weld holes out, and this one for the rear seat, and then that can come out and I can carry on cutting what I need to of the floor out. It's going to be fun, isn't it? Start taking this brace out now. Whoa. There's a hole there. The worst case scenario, if this isn't repairable, which I believe it will be, it's lining up roughly where it needs to go. We'll see, I'll do some tidying up, but we will be welding on these spots anyway, so it's not going to be a big issue. But you can break the repair panel, so don't be worried if they don't come out very well. There we go. Not the best, but it's out. It's in one piece-ish. We can flatten all this on the anvil, so not a big deal. That now gives us area to work with. Let's now get the rest of this side out. Also get the rest of the spot welds off, all this sealer off, along here, and wherever I need to come on here, which I think is around about here, all the way along. Yeah, it just gives us this. I want to start getting the outers out first, and I'll set up along the chassis rail here, which you can see where it goes. Cut all this out, cut around here, get these spot welds out, get this section off, and then I'll work on the inner. Then we'll clean the chassis rails up. Obviously there's repairs to be done here. Maybe elsewhere, but until I get this off I ain't going to be able to see. So yeah, we'll get it somewhere.
Here I'm just drilling through the spot welds on the under braces of the floor, and then I slowly cut around them and cut the sections of floor out without damaging them, as these are going to stay in place because they are fixed under and through the tunnel connecting to the other side floor. So it's basically a centre brace for the tunnel, and I don't want to damage them. They're all in good shape, so I'm just removing them all nice and carefully, so when I put the new floor in I can pre-drill some spot weld holes and re-weld them straight back on without any issues. A little bit of a time consuming job, but rather it done properly. I'm just putting the new floor into the car, drawing around it and making sure that I'm not going to cut too much metal away. I'm going to leave a little bit extra, that way when I do get around to getting the actual floor in with all the metal and braces and everything cut out, I can then slot the floor where I need it to go, draw around it and cut it to shape so I can butt the two edges together nice and neatly, like no one has ever been done. I think the chassis rail, I've seen better days. There's nothing left of it. More grot to repair. The skin, both skins are rotted through, inside out. Got a spring hanger there. It's rotted through the top of the spring hanger. All the way back there. Keeps going up the rear swans. I think I'm going to have to put it up in the air, but I'm going to have to brace it. One times chassis repair. 2mm steel, double thickness inside here. What do you reckon? Ain't finished yet, but. Chassis rails underneath are now welded up. Don't get me wrong, it ain't the prettiest of jobs, but it hasn't been the easiest at the same time. But yeah, this is full 2mm plate, front to back, from here, all the way through to there. Sorry, from here, all the way through to there. Obviously the metal hasn't been great to weld to, so the welds aren't the best, but we can tidy all that up. There we go, we've got a chassis repair done. We've got sections of 2mm and 1mm in there. This bit was a little bit shit welding, but the rest of it ain't too bad. Painted all the chassis ready for the floor pans to go in. We've got a patch to create down here. This to weld in properly. I've got to do something in here, but I need to check with the floor pan which I'm replacing. And I've got a plate here which is going to go in the top here. And I've also done a repair, as you can see, on the rear arch, because that had rotted away. It was all holding. And I've got a little hole down there, so I've got to patch up as well. So it's getting there, that's for sure. But yeah, we've actually got a chassis rail back. That's that section all done. And then inside, put that plate in, put some seam seal over it as well. Probably do another load as well. Obviously the floor's in, or chassis rails all done. Just got to sort some other bits out ready to put floor panels in. So, made a little section in here, ready. Painted all the inner sills, made a section in that corner. I think that's roughly how it goes, and I'll cut all the floor pans out, ready to sort the floor in. Obviously a little bit more cutting and fettling to do, but we are more or less there, and a bit of cleaning up and stuff, but yeah, bit of progress. Only a little bit of work done today, but started stitching the tunnel in. Got to line the back up before I can do that. Make sure the centre brace all fits correctly. Just like that, we have one Mark 1/2 Escort floor pan all welded in. Next step is paint and sealer, and then we'll probably actually do the braces first, then we'll do the paint and sealer.
Yeah, we've got braces to go in. I've checked that they'll all fit up, just got to weld them in. It's getting late in the day now, and I don't fancy welding at this time, so not when we're leaving so soon. But yeah, one floor back in an Escort. Floor is now fully welded in, full centre braces and seam sealed. Just ready for some paint. Doesn't look pretty at the minute, I won't do the seam sealer. There's the underside for you. All in, seam sealed and brush painted for now. And ready for stone chip. Doesn't look too bad. Big grotty there, but that's what we had to weld to. Yeah, it's all in. Seam sealed everything. You know, we're not here to win any contest because none of this is actually getting done. I'm just going to rub it back and buff it up once it left. How it was 35 years ago when he had it on the road. Obviously it wasn't this rusty, but he wants the paint left as it is and everything else. And so we've still got all this side to tackle yet. Just one floor pan in, fully seam sealed and stone chipped, all done. As you can see, it's still a little bit wet, but that side is virtually done. Obviously still got bodywork and stuff to do. We'll redo some of this bits, but I'm going to take that back eventually when we get round to that. Yeah, we've got a floor pan back in and she's looking pretty. One Escort floor in, painted, seam sealed, welded, all attached. Now to tackle the other side. Definitely getting somewhere now.